Welcome to Evergreen Speedway's Home Track Heroes on Seattle 11.
Welcome into the broadcast. Today it is Home Track Heroes on Seattle 11. Glad to have you in with us. My name is Caleb Hart, and fresh off the summer shootout, out of the cockpit and into the passenger seat here for the afternoon here on Home Track Heroes, Chad Fitzpatrick. Summer showdown time, Chad. We've had this circled for a really long time. I'm excited for the back half of the show today. We got some great action coming up first.
Most definitely. I like being up here. It's definitely a lot cheaper to be up here than in the race.
Yeah, put together a super late model. Why don't you?
Yeah, exactly.
So we've got 200 laps of the Tire Pros Summer Showdown. That's going to finish out our show. But first and foremost, Pro 4 Trucks, Legends, and more coming up before then. Your lineup here for the Pro 4 Trucks. And, of course, our show today is brought to you by All Ply Roofing. Jeremy Howell's got the pole in the TD Alskog number 12 truck. He's at Arlington. Aaron Green from Snohomish is in the 6 truck. And then in All Cooey, row number 2, Cole Cooey and the Truck Parts Northwest 26. Cody Cooey in the Truck Parts Northwest number 46, both out of Snohomish.
Mason Warren in the 2 out of Everett, sponsored by Bonus Racing. The 24, McKenna Cox out of Arlington, sponsored by Northwest Boiler. The 30, Rod Helmuth out of Woodinville, sponsored by Bonus Family Racing as well. The 49, Calvin Miller out of Arlington, sponsored by Buck Tom's Trucking of Arlington.
It is an all green row 5. Shane and Matt Green from Arlington, the 8 truck and the 7 truck. Row 6 is Greg Vaughn in the 9 truck from Arlington, the Alley Bar and Grill. And 2 is outside the 05 of Eric Angelides, sponsored by Squires Machine.
The last 3 vehicles, the 16 of Evan Tips, the 93 of Mackenzie Angelides, sponsored by Squires Machine. The final, the 88 of Jesse Gonzalez out of Arlington, sponsored by Squires Machine as well. And we are off and running, 15 trucks strong. 30 laps make up the distance
here. That is a great truck field here this afternoon to start us off. And all the heavy hitters are here. Aaron Green in the 6 truck looking to lurch up to the lead. Coming out of the outside groove, he is digging side by side with Jeremy Howell. And lap number 1, give it to Green by a nose.
Yeah, as we got the good battle still shaping up for the lead. Rookie Jeremy Howe off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway, trying to hold off the 6 of Aaron Green as they go into turn number 3. Still doesn't even look like they've taken the green flag yet, as this is one of our biggest fields that we have seen probably in recent years for the Pro 4 trucks.
Yeah, look at them stretch out, but they're still by 2 for a long ways back in the field as Green from that middle groove, and that's a groove that we have seen in the past work very well for these Pro 4 trucks. Holding that spot, McKenna Cox has worked her way up into second, and Calvin Miller, a previous winner here at Evergreen Speedway in the Pro 4 trucks, all the way up to 3rd.
Yeah, as we tend to watch Calvin Miller sneak his way through the field as we got a battle for the lead, as we got McKenna Cox looks to the inside of Aaron Green as they come off at turn number 2 down the back straightaway, truck to truck as they go into turn number 3, as it is a 3-car breakaway for the lead. Definitely showing tonight that it is definitely a 3-groove racetrack, at least on the 3/8.
It's early in the evening, though, and something that we talked about on last week's episode when you were in the cockpit, and we had Ben sitting here. The inside, that inside wall preventing the trucks from getting into that inside pit area can change your angle going into turn number 1, especially for these drivers.
Oh, 100%. I would say it would be no more of the John Zaretsky line going into turn number 1 on the 3/8. You cannot almost hit the light pole going into
So no longer can you really cut that corner and make for a sharp corner exit just to get the spot. You really got to spend more time making sure your truck is circling the turn rather than a squared turn as it is.
Trust me, last night it was definitely making a difference on my car. So that's tend to how you want the racetrack to be set up anyway. But we definitely have a good battle shaping up for the lead here, as it is the 24 of McKenna Cox and the 49 of Calvin Miller. He has won in the U.S. and in Canada so far this year in the Pro 4 trucks.
On top of many other divisions here at Evergreen Speedway as well. We talk about Miller, one of those very versatile young drivers who is spending all of his time in the trucks this year. And I think that's been a good thing for him as far as his performance goes, because he has got a run on Cox coming out of the corner.
Definitely a good run as we are side by side for the lead. He has the advantage now going into turn number 1. He will grab the lead fully, and he is not wasting any time. McKenna trying a little bit on the outside, but can't quite make it work, as definitely Calvin has the faster car as they go through 3 and 4, as he will now be your new leader on lap number 9.
Penalize you your first dollar here of this event.
Oh, yes.
That's all right. It
wasn't
coming.
bad. It took 9 laps this time.
It did. You're good. That's the Cooey on Cooey battle. Sitting in position, I want to say number 4 at the moment. The 46 truck is Cody Cooey. Cole is the 26. They're getting after it. And there's a name that we haven't talked about much, but a guy with a lot of Evergreen Speedway experience. Rod Helmuth making the bid.
Rod Helmuth looks to the inside, looking to get into the top 5 there. He is going to be in the Cooey sandwich, but we will look up front to our leaders. Look at that cool drone shot through 3 and 4. And he already took the lead about a lap ago, and he's already up to about 7 car lengths.
Elevate Racing
Truck
Media.
lengths.
Yeah, oh, 2.
2.
Elevate Racing Media with the overhead shot for us with the drone. Thanks, David. And all the gang there at Elevate. As down on the bottom, here comes Rod. He's got a really good run as he's looking to put both the Cooeys in the rearview mirror. Has to check up, though, and gets a little bit of that plastic nose that runs on these trucks from the 26 of Cole.
Yeah, went into turn 3 just a little bit too hot. Looked like he hit one of the rumble strips and it sent him up. Going to have a little bit of time here to try to get around him as we are now 12 laps in, make it 13 this time by, and it is definitely the Calvin Miller show in the Northwest Pro 4 truck main event.
There you go. I got you. Did I mention that our show is brought to you by All Ply Roofing? Big thank you to those guys. As once again, we wouldn't be able to do this all year without our friends at All Ply. As your leaders already working into slower truck traffic. We got battles in the back of the field as well. Hal in that multicolored 12, and ooh, getting some front truck nose action from Mason Warren in the Bonus Racing 2. Haven't seen Bonus Racing in a while, but what a family history there.
Oh, 100%. As now we got a good battle for 5th. It looks like the 30 of Rod Helmuth hanging on for dear life for that 5th spot. He goes way out high. Seems to have quite a bit of a push through 3 and 4. As that is, I believe, the 26 of Cole Cooey, and we got him going around.
Around and stopped on the inside at turn number 1.
Oh.
Hey, timing. The 2 truck of Mason Warren, who we were just talking about, also sliding in, and see it. Yeah, Cole just overcooked it, and that'll cost him.
And then that one, oh, that was too close for comfort right there. Looked like he was just already getting loose going into turn number 1. The slight contact with Helmuth didn't help anything. And then I could only imagine, because I've been in that situation, seeing a car spin to you or a truck spin to you, that definitely gets a little scary.
You made the recovery on that one. We won't penalize you for that one. So, about the halfway point here of this truck main event, and up front, it's been the Calvin Miller show. McKenna Cox is second, but the field is going to form up real tight like here for this restart. We are exactly at halfway. 15 down, 15 to go. And on the restart, Miller and Cox side by side for the lead.
McKenna throws it in at turn number 1. Unfortunately, just does not stick as we got a good side-by-side battle going into turn number 3 for 3rd and 4th. McKenna once again looked to the outside. You got to give it to her. She's trying every way possible, and just nothing can get by the 49 of Miller at this point as we got 14 laps to go.
Now, I know there's a lot of factors that go into these side-by-side restarts, but most of the time you're going to have a lap or 2 of not running at speed. Do you worry at all about tires needing to scuff them up, the tires cooling down a little bit on these cautions when it comes to the restart? What's going through your head mechanically as a driver as far as your car goes?
Well, for one, the cars never run the same, at least for me. For all the 21 years I've been racing, they're never the same the first lap or 2 after a restart. Yeah, so that's why during the restart, or during caution flags, you see the cars going back and forth and or trucks going back and forth. That's just to keep the heat in the tires because, yes, they definitely do cool off. In some aspects, if you have a loose car, maybe you don't want to cool them off as much because you want to get the tires, or you don't want to scrub them as much because you do want the tires to cool off. But if you have a bit of a tighter car, maybe you do, because the cars seem to actually, the first 4 or 5 laps after a caution, do okay because the tires are cool. And then until, unfortunately, they get too hot again.
Sure. There's a variety of factors that go into that. Is there 3 trucks wide with Cooey trying to come back after him? On top of that, a guy like Cooey who just got the truck sideways and, I don't know, might have put a little more scuff on the tires or not. Do you do anything different for him?
Oh, yes. You probably don't even, you just get them, make sure they're clean, and probably just stay, don't go side by side, or not side by side, but sideways, because he probably already scorched the tires. That kills tires.
Okay.
You'll see it more like in the street stocks because they're heavier.
Yep.
But and even in mini stocks, you definitely don't want to spin out for one, for many reasons, but
Bad
2,
idea.
that kills your tires.
So Cooey is trying to make the comeback. He is deep in this field but trying to rally back forward. As you see him, he's working up on the 7 of Matt Green, one of the 3 greens in the field. You'll note them by their single-digit numbers and dual paint schemes. That's right, it's gray and black, and that's it.
Long-time racers. They actually started on the that is one of their old WWRA Tornado trucks is what they used to be called. And then we got another one.
Hey! Look at that. It's the inverse this time.
Yes.
Warren goes around and Cooey catches a bit of him.
Just a little bit of contact that time, but Oh, okay. Okay, I want to see how that happened here.
Okay, so into the corner, and I think Warren was all by himself.
And that wasn't that bad.
No.
That little bit of paint.
I know they just redid the body on that truck, so...
Again, though, too close for comfort right there.
Yeah, might have mussed up the spoiler just a hair. At least
Maybe
we know
a little bit.
At least we know that the hood on that truck, on the Cooey truck, is going to need a little bit of love.
Oh, yes.
So,
Yes.
We're into the single digits of laps left here in the Northwest Pro 4 Truck A main event. McKenna Cox out on the outer groove, trying to chase down Calvin Miller. It's a in-truck view from Brandy Hood Promotions and her team, Saxon and Ashley. Big thank you to those guys. They give us awesome footage week in and week out here on Home Track Heroes.
Most definitely. Thank you to everyone involved there as we got a good battle for that final podium spot. Rod Helmuth goes way out wide. He was inches away from that wall. Rod Helmuth with probably the most amount of laps of anybody in this division right now. Start off in the Bomber division, mini stock division, and he has raced pretty much almost everything here at Evergreen Speedway for the last 35 years or so.
Has steering wheel will travel, right?
Oh yes, and we're 3 wide again. This has definitely been the story. We've been seeing a lot of 3 wide racing action in this race.
I'll say this, there is no give up in Cole Cooey. Holy cow, he's coming forward again. He is the middle this time of a Jeremy Howe and Shane Green sandwich, and he'll split the difference, gets by Green, and he's got a nose on Howe coming out of the corner as Cooey continuing to try to move his way back forward.
And you got to give it to Jeremy. He's not giving up as well. He's a rookie in this division, never raced anything before. So definitely showing. I mean, once he gets more seat time, he'll definitely be a lot better. That was getting a little close there going into turn number 1. 4 more laps to go, but once again, it is still the Calvin Miller show. But then look at all these trucks here.
Yeah, if you just forget first and second who have just been checked out, throw the keys on the counter, check out, right? The rest of the field has been getting after it as Cooey now is rolling up on more. He's bringing Howe with him. Those two are going after Greg Vaughn for position.
I don't think this whole race, 5th through 12th, has been the same at all.
No, perfect.
Yeah. Good racing up front as Calvin Miller. It's definitely been the Calvin Miller show. 2 laps to go as looks like top 4 have settled in. They have literally settled in half a lap away from 5th through the rest of the field.
Calvin has been lightning fast and take nothing away from McKenna Cox, who has been very quick on her own as well in second. But Miller is in a completely different area code on this one as he'll take the white flag one more time around.
White flag, 1 lap to go for him as they are still trying to decide who's going to run pretty much 5th through 12th. Again, and we're thinking about 3 wide once again going into 1 and 2.
That 6th, 7th, and 8th going 3 wide on the final lap. That's awesome.
Look at them go as they go into turn number 3 and 4, but it is going to be Calvin Miller taking home the Summer Showdown win.
Nice. Cox second. Cooey third. Oh, how that stinks, buddy. Good races plucked away from him at the very end. Stock your top 3 on the Angel of the Winds Casino Resort Podium.
Cody, you had a pretty good battle there going between you and Rod in the closing laps. What was that like from your perspective?
I don't know, but he's got to work for it a little bit before he just throws it in.
Now, this is a pretty big night out here at Tire Pro Summer Showdown. You guys have a good crowd watching over your 3/8 race tonight. What's it like racing in front of a larger than normal crowd?
It's a little more pressure and a little more persuasion to try to make it up on stage.
Who would you like to thank for tonight's performance?
Complete Landscape, Carson Trucking, JJ Cooey Trucking, Truck Parts Northwest, Machias Materials, Amsoil by Dale, Curtis Construction, and my mom and my dad, and then my Uncle Robbie for always helping out.
Driver the number 46, 3rd place tonight, Cody Cooey. Well, McKenna, Summer Showdown weekend. How are you feeling after that one?
Very tired.
Now, what more do you think you need just to get to Calvin and get by him in this one?
I think I just started getting tired, so I don't know, sometimes when I'm tired I give up. That's really bad. But yeah, probably just not being so hot and tired.
Now you guys are a touring series, Cross, Washington, a little bit of Idaho, and I believe even some Canadian races recently. How do you feel about Evergreen Speedway?
I love Evergreen. I'm not doing any other tracks this year, so that kind of explains that.
Who would you like to thank for 2nd place tonight?
My dad, my brother, my mom, Elevate Media, Northwest Boilers. There's probably more that I'm missing.
Driver the number 24, second place tonight, McKenna Cox. Well, Calvin, another one done here at Evergreen Speedway. You seem to have full control over this racetrack. How?
I don't know. It's different every single night. I mean, tonight it was being patient and trying to pick off truck by truck and get to the front, play smart, play clean, and we were able to do that. I need to give a big shout out to my mom, my spotter. She really helps get the truck to the front and keep it clean, and and everybody else that helps get the truck to the track. My mom and dad, everybody that comes out to support me, my grandma, grandpa, my grandparents.
Now you venture to the top line a little bit more than other drivers. How confident are you in that middle groove versus the lower one?
Oh, I mean, it's not bad. No matter where I can point the truck, it'll take it, bottom, middle, top. That's kind of the cool thing about these little 4-cylinders is they kind of just go where you point them.
And who else would you like to thank for your performance tonight?
First off, Brandy Hood Promotions for doing all the GoPro and all the car stuff, social media. Buck Tom's Trucking, Precision Forestry, and my sister.
Driver the number 49, Calvin Miller, your race winner for the Northwest Pro 4 Trucks.
The All-Ply Roofing Legends are up next here on Home Track Heroes on Seattle 11. Welcome back to the show. The show's brought to you by All-Ply Roofing as well. He's Chad Fitzpatrick. I am Caleb Hart. A full field of 20 legends for 30 laps, Chad. And let's blitz through them as we're going to get to it quick. Davis Jacobson out of Wilkinson, the truck shop number 15D, has got the pole. Samantha Shorts in the 40 out of Mercer Island Mountain Equipment sponsors her. Second row is the 30 of Mike Holden. Weatherite Roofing is his sponsor. And Jaden Luce, the 19 out of Issaquah, sponsored by Mom and Dad.
42A is Piper Alton out of Port Angeles, sponsored by Mom and Dad and Aunt and Uncle. The 68 of Kaylee Decker out of Duval, sponsored by Lewis and Maine. The 42, Chris Belanca out of Parkland, sponsored by Stadium Thriftway. The 43 is Dylan Wolf.
And the row behind them, row 5, Brayton Wager, the 30 out of Camino Island, sponsored by Dirt Cheap Sewer. The 20 of Andrew Reel out of Corbett, Oregon, our most recent feature winner. The 20 of Damian Harris, Lake Stevens, Washington, Flowmaster Gutters. And the 77 of Kyle Lang out of Stanwood, sponsored by Premier Painting Company, LLC.
27 Dakota Gerchel out of Snohomish, sponsored by Apex Home Services. The 86 of Joe Decker out of Duval, sponsored by Lewis and Maine. The 37 Mason Nelson out of Caldwell, Idaho, sponsored by TriMed Ambulance. The 10 Chris Thompson out of Snohomish, sponsored by Weather Right Roofing.
And the final 486X Jeff Mueller, Lake Stevens, Thermotech sponsors him. Bella Luce's 55 out of Issaquah. The 51A of Antonio Bianchi from Langley, BC. Goodwin's Greenhouses, and the 24D of Matt Dugas from Mukilteo, sponsored by the Tacoma Comedy Club. We're green.
Oh my gosh, that was a good one. Green flag ready to, here we go. Off of turn number 2, we are side by side, 3 wide into turn number 3.
Whoa.
We got a Dylan Wolf, Chris Belanca, and Andrew Reel sandwiched through 3 and 4. They all make it. Why did I have to say that?
They almost all made it as Damian Harris is around in the 20 car. That was, so you look at the 3 wide as you're going to watch Harris. Oh yeah, just get the wrong end of it. But Real last week's winner, he went like 14-4 early, and Wolf went, I want to say 14-3 or 13-3 right in behind him. So those two big movers early on in the race, and who knows, might have had another shot at it, but it's not going to be on this initial start.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to waste any time, but I will say that was some good props up driving. That could have been disastrous right there. When you have definitely the front stretch wall already, and then the inner side wall, it's like driving through a hallway, running through a hallway.
Yeah, it was a great save by Damien, one of the youngest drivers in our field out here. So restack them, re-rack them, ready to go. And do they all play nice this time around? Green flag is out, and we're underway for our second start.
Well, we will definitely see they're playing nice so far going into turn number 3. It is Davis Jacobson, your leader, with the 30 of, that is Mike Holden, a 2-time late model winner, sideways, and they're thinking about 3 wide again, and that is 3 wide for the lead.
Ooh.
As Samantha,
Something had to give.
Yeah. Whoa, oh my.
We got one upside down, big time. It's Gruchala's 27 playing, I don't know, Mr. Dizzy Imitator going off into the corner?
I mean, we haven't had rollover contests in many years, but that,
yeah.
Parts are flying. That is not the way you want to end your race day. One thing I will say that is probably good that the flipping did happen on the grass, so it did soften the blow a little bit.
Is that up over the top of Lang? Is that who I'm
was
seeing there?
Over the top of Chris Thompson, it looks like.
Okay,
I don't see Lang.
Wow.
Yeah.
Up and over. What a viewpoint there for the in-car. All right, so here's from Bianchi, and Bianchi was in the inside of the back row. As you see, pieces and parts about as high as the Ferris wheel is going to be coming up here for the fair shortly. Goodness gracious.
And, it's just unfortunate. Nobody's fault. That's just unfortunately part of racing right there.
You look at it, that whole inside lane had started to migrate out and around racetrack as they saw the inside car spinning there in the corner. So to try to avoid, and there just wasn't enough space and enough time for everybody to get through cleanly. So minus 2 cars on this field as they're already 3 wide coming in the line. Oh, it's an auspicious start.
Yeah, this is definitely, hopefully we'll be able to clean things up here as we got Mike Holden in the lead. And the 19 of Jaden Luce, great to see him back out in his own vehicle as we saw last time out here. He wasn't on his lid, and unfortunately we're going to have another caution. So 3 so far.
Bella Luce, Samantha Schwartz.
We got Mr. Guthrie up in the tower there, up in the flag stand, as we'll see how this one transpired.
Well, it was just synchronized spinning. You look at it, Luce gets
a little help there.
Maybe a hair. Here's from Bella's point of view.
I think she was already getting loose by the time the contact happened.
You could very easily see Schwartz not wanting to come right in and smash her in the back bumper. Just kind of, okay, I'll yard the car here, no problem. I'm already at the back. We'll be right back again. So a saving opportunity for her is, hey, they're going single file already.
Very good idea. It is probably, we've been up here for about 20 minutes now.
Yeah.
So
Kevin, if that was your call, great call, man.
Yep. There's time limits for these guys. It's 20 laps or 30 laps or 25 minutes. So they're running out of time here. So they're going to have to try to get as many laps done as they can, as we are still everyone chasing down Mike Holden and the 19 of Jane Luce as they go off of turn number 2.
We're in car with Dylan Wolf, who's working the outside on Chris Belanca's 42, and that's a really good race. Wolf comfortable in that middle groove as he trails around Jacobson and doesn't quite have it. They're about to go 3 wide into the corner. Got to thank our sponsors, including the fine folks at Angel of the Winds Casino, Angel of the Winds Casino and RV Resort. The official casino resort of Evergreen Speedway, Angel of the Winds takes great pride in being the best in customer service, entertainment, lodging, fun, and gaming in the entire Northwest.
So we continue to watch the 43 of Wolf. Looking at that outside groove, it's definitely working out for him as we now ride with the 30B of Braden Wager, our current points leader as well. Really big points lead over the 68 of Kaylee Decker so far this year, as he looks like he is sitting in that 6th position.
You watch Wager and you can kind of see Wolf in the outside of the groove and working forward, and Dylan has really found something the rest of the drivers have not been able to capitalize on yet. So Wolf moves forward as Wager now sees the train in front of him, and a lot of front bumper applied there, just 2 cars in front of where Braden was, as it forces Jacobson to the outside. That inside groove going to come and try to shuffle back the 15D.
Yeah, he's definitely getting shuffled up on the outside as we got the 20 of Real looking to the inside. He makes the pass. Now the 30 of Wager goes to the inside. He's going to make the pass as well. So the 15 of Jacobson going backwards here, unfortunately. And then another caution in turn number 4. And whoa, I don't know what happened there, but he went to a screeching halt as we got dirt flying everywhere.
One of the 242 cars. I want to say that was Alden's 42.
Whoa!
Ew! That's your lead, too.
And Dukes of Hazzard style going into turn number 1.
Mike Holden goes flying. Holy cow.
So did he know the 4th of July has been almost about a month ago now? We don't need to do any more stunts. This one's going to be interesting to watch right here.
Wow.
Wow.
Gosh. I almost, and again, it's hard to do in the heat of the moment. I would have almost taken my hands off of that MPI steering wheel at that point and folded it across your chest, Kyle Larson style.
Yes.
Because that impact on the way down, look how much the cords are banging around in that car. What a one, great shot, Brandy.
Yes.
Fantastic. 2, what an impact.
That is a very hard impact, but again, kind of like his teammate landed in the grass, so it softened the blow.
A little bit. So bye-bye to the back of the pack go your top 2. And your new race leader is Dylan Wolf, who was really moving on the outside. Now he gets to be the engine pulling the train.
Yeah, and he's won it, I believe, at South Sound this year, too. I don't know if he's got a win yet here. He's working on it right now.
Been on the podium and has been a very solid competitor here. It's going to be Wolf, Belanca, and Real, our most recent feature winner. Stacked up 1, 2, and 3. We'll go in cockpit with Real.
And we have seen Belanca win here in the past. I don't think he has raced that much here at Evergreen Speedway. I think this might be his second time, maybe third.
Second or third this year. It had been a couple of years, though, since we had seen him. So nice to have Belanca back. He is a very quality competitor, and right now, getting everything he can handle from Andrew Reel, as there is Samantha Schwartz and I want to say Jaden Luce in the back of the pack.
Yeah, so that's going to be fun to watch to see him slide through the pack. But it's going to be harder now, obviously, if we have any more cautions, which hopefully we won't, that it's going to be single file. However, with single file, you can pass to the right when you go green. You can't pass to the left.
Good to know. We'll keep that in mind as we've got a new second place competitor, and it is Real as we're coming up on slower traffic. Everybody will get past Damian Harris. Wolf, Real, and Belanca 1, 2, and 3, and the battle is on. Again, these two massive movers up the pack in last week's Home Track Heroes show. Real closing big time on Wolf for the lead.
Yeah, he got a little loose going into 3 and 4, and that definitely opened up the door for Real. Real definitely the faster car as they come off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. He throws it into 3. Wolf doesn't really, he didn't even shut the door. He just went in a little bit farther, but now Real able to get a good run off of 4. They are dead even at the line.
He has the short path around the racetrack, does Andrew Real, and coming out of turn number 2, there's the lead. Wolf had really made that middle groove work successfully for him, and you wonder if he thought, okay, I'm going to run my line and see what Andrew can do down low. Real passed him. Now you wonder what Wolf's going to do for the counterpunch.
Yeah, we'll see if maybe, again, like I said, hopefully there's not another caution here, but we'll watch and see what happens here. As now we got a good run for third as Wager look into the inside. We got something going on with the 20 Damian Harris moving now down to the inside of the track. So hopefully he can get out of harm's way.
I wonder if Harris is pitted along the inside or needs to get to that infield for some reason, and that's why he's come all the way down from the top down to the bottom. Logically, that makes a lot of sense. Otherwise, you just exit on the 5/8, right?
Exactly. They do have the Legends pitted in the middle, just like I believe, like how we had at the Galloway.
So it's a different kind of logistical problem for your leader when you're coming up on a slow car, because instead of being way out and out of the groove, you got to have your head on a swivel. If somebody's trying to slow up and get to the middle, they're going to be right off the bottom at turn number 2.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you definitely have to be watching where you're going when you want to pull in, as we got that good battle shaping up for that final podium spot. Wager enough to get by on the inside as we got a little dirt tracking style.
Oh, boy.
Going through 3 and 4, we keep going. That's good. 10 laps to go. As that was happening, we just saw the pass for third.
Wager gets pied Belanca. Belanca, though, so smooth as Piper Alton's 42 car. Gonna pull off to the inside of the corner, and that's a deuce on Alton at this point.
Yeah, so wondering what happened. I'm gonna guess, since they're normally used to pitting on the 5/8.
Oh wait,
realized.
Yeah. Well, there's one way to do it. So laps have now been cut as they were getting close to the time limit. So we want to give them a checkered flag under race competition. They're going 25 instead of 30 now.
That will definitely save a little bit of time. We also got mini stocks after this, and then the 200 lap super late model race, and we want to try to get the green flag for the super late model race at 7 o'clock. So we're getting close.
Here's the thing. We cannot run over and go into the Big Bang Theory. It's just
exactly.
It's not a thing we can do. Sheldon will get mad.
And it might be the episode when Bob Hart is on there.
Oh, Bob Hart's fantastic. Leonard Nimoy might be on this week, right?
Yeah.
Live long and prosper, legend drivers. Behave yourself. You got a much better shot at that. And Davis Jacobson does not listen. Sorry, you're not living long and prosper in here. As he's sideways at the exit of corner number 4. And we've got extra looks at it thanks to our Seattle 11 film crew.
I think a little from that angle, it's hard to tell. He might have had a little bit of help.
Oh no, massive checkup coming off the corner.
Big. Yep.
Yeah.
Good. Oh, and that didn't help.
Well, he checks up big time. Mason Nelson's going to get into the back of him and send him spinning because Mason didn't have anywhere to go either.
Exactly.
Right?
That was 100% just a racing incident. We've seen quite a bit so far in this main event.
You know, it happens. My boss is about to jump into one of these cars on a Home Track Heroes episode, and I'm definitely going to quiz him on what it driving late was like and how he felt, because everything we've speculated, and it's been speculation from you and I, but everything we've speculated is how hard these cars are to drive.
Oh, yes. Yes, like I said, I've driven them once, and it's a total different respect for these racers. Yeah, it is one of the hardest things to drive as we got 2 laps to go. Andrew Reel, Dylan Wolf, and Chris Belanca made his way back into third.
Nice move by Belanca to pick up that third spot. Reel, Wolf, Belanca as Reel looks to go 2 in a row here in the Legend division. Now, mind you, they do have to pass post-race technical inspection. That is definitely a thing that they've got to do. So all results are unofficial until validated.
Exactly. As we have Andrew Reel looking to hopefully get 2 in a row. Dylan Wolf and Chris Belanca, Brain Wager, and look at Kyle Lang now.
Nice run, Kyle Lang. Checkered flag is out. 2 straight crossing the checkered flag first. Andrew Reel.
Chris, it's always a pleasure to have that 42 out here. Galloway, we got to see it. Now for Showdown. How do you feel the car treating you, and do you like that 3 at Oval so far this year?
Yeah, we're having a good time, but with this new car, it's been kind of kicking our butt. But we got some better tires on the rear, and that seemed to be the fix.
And who do you want to thank for helping you get out here?
My sponsors, Belanca Homes, Stadium Thriftway, the Blaylock family, CarStar, Premier Collision, and Ricky Arnold for his help.
All right.
And Kenny Armstrong, too.
All right, give it up. Third place tonight, Chris Belanca. All right, Dylan, second place today. What more did you think you needed to get to Andrew there in the closing laps?
Definitely needed a little more time. We were pretty even, so I don't know if I caught him, if I would have been able to get around him, but he put up a pretty good fight for me, so I'm happy with it.
Who do you want to thank for helping you get out here? 2 podiums for Showdown weekend.
I got to thank my sister and my brother-in-law, Doug Keefe, for giving us the shop to build the cars in, and I got to thank my dad for putting up with me and helping me build the cars.
All right, put your hands together. Second place tonight, Dylan Wolf.
Well, you may have noticed at the tail end of the last segment here on Home Track Heroes of Seattle 11, you only saw 2 podium interviews. That's because Andrew Reel did not pass technical inspection at the very end. He was disqualified. Congratulations, Dylan Wolf gets the All-Ply Roofing Legends win. We move on. It is the BECU Mini Stocks. I'm Caleb Hart. He is Chad Fitzpatrick. Our program brought to you by All-Ply Roofing, and this is a big field. We'll turbo through it. Keegan Mooney's the 11 out of Bellevue Liquid Molly, 24 Jonah Vick, Arlington Tom's Automotive, the 33 Ryan Housenfluck of Lake Stevens Bees Fab and Tuning, and the 16 of Travis Woodward of Lake Stevens Simon and Son Towing.
18 is Paisley Bender out of Snohomish, sponsored by Allied Motorsports. The 23B, Travis Barnes out of Olympia, sponsored by Garski Construction. The 97, Zach Brist out of Snohomish, sponsored by Racers Against Child Abuse. The 21J is Justin Brave out of Monroe, sponsored by Craig Rhodes Race Shop.
5th row, Tire Pros number 88 is Brandon Lindbergh from Monroe. The Bob T. Builder number 4 is Cole Reardon out of Granite Falls. Row 6, it is the Reese Construction 81 of Bobby Fisher from Lake Stevens, and the PRCBD 221 of Lyndon Smith out of Everett.
12 is Gavin Blue out of Marysville, sponsored by Absher Build LLC. The 59, Tegan Bjornson out of Arlington, sponsored by Newell Corporation. The 92, Ashley Rasmussen out of Eatonville, and sponsored by A&J Custom Metals. The 14, Austin Kramer, sponsored by Northwest Security and Sound. He's out of Snohomish.
Tri-County Septic number 3 of Colton Schultz from Spokane. DNS Services 7 of Devin Matthews from Olympia. Bert Jacobs, the 19T Marysville, sponsored by Tyler Ware with Where You Live Group. Green flag with a second to go.
Here we go. Green flag is 19 cars going to turn number 1. We had 21 on the grounds. One of the best mini stock fields we've seen in years, as we got a good run of going into turn number 3 as we got our points leader has spun. We are green so far, as I don't see the yellow flag. Nope, we are. Now this is going to be interesting to watch.
Yeah, Cole Reardon is going to be begging for a caution flag here. We know how fast he is, but he's going to have to spend so much time trying to catch up to this group. It is Keegan Mooney, and that is Jonah Vick in the 24. Jalen's been running that car this year as things get a little bumpy between Bristol and Housenfluck.
Oh yeah, that was definitely a good heads-up driving by everyone behind him as they're still battling for the lead. Keegan Mooney will lose the lead to the 23 of Michael Barnes going into turn number 3, as this is definitely a good mini stock field. Like I said, 19 cars strong. A big invert. I believe this was a 12 or 14 car invert.
I would say that a 12 is likely with Lyndon Smith outside row 6.
Yeah, that's a good
Goodness
invert.
Gracious. Here comes Bobby Fisher in the 81. Meanwhile, action all over the place. 3 for Dale, baby, as that is Colton Schultz trying to move up.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Quite a few out-of-towners in this race. Colton Schultz, Travis Barnes. We've seen, I believe, Devin Matthews, the South Sound driver. I've seen Colton Schultz race at Tri-City Raceway. He won the Apple Cup.
Everybody wants to be here for the Showdown, right?
Oh, yes, yeah.
Oh, wow, that is the orangest center pad that I have ever seen. Goodness gracious. So it's Jonah, who, former mini stock champ?
I believe so, yes, in 2019.
Filling in for Jalen, who Jalen on America's Birthday Bash showed you what not to do in a bus.
Yes.
And, of course, I had been talking up Jalen, saying how clean he was and how good at not wrecking cars he had been. And then in subsequent weeks, he wrecked the mini stock and then wrecked the bus.
And that was after the checkered flag, too.
And had to take some time off.
Yes.
So, all right, so be it.
Gotta heal.
That'll be the last time I say nice things about Jalen and his ability to keep the car clean. But Brother Jonah doing a good job as there's Bristol to the inside, and that is a good battle with the 21 of Justin Brave and the 81 of Bobby Fischer.
Yeah, that is second, third, and fourth, and we're trying to, looks like, the 24 maybe having some issues, slowly drifting back into that fifth position, as that is a good battle going through 3 and 4. Did you notice the left rear tire going off the ground on the 21 of Justin Brave? So the next time we see him, watch him going in the corner, that left rear tends to go off the ground just for a split second.
Huh. So hiking the left rear, so that means at least the weight transfer is getting over to the right rear of the car. You know that much. That's a good that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Travis Barnes, your race leader, and enjoying a comfortable little run over Bristol and Fisher. As we get another beautiful Elevate Media drone shot. Full Elevate crew, by the way, on staff for the Showdown weekend. Very cool thing.
Oh, yes. Thank you for everyone who helps put on the Evergreen Speedway Summer Showdown. Trust me, there is it takes a lot of people to get a big event going like this.
Well, just look at the massive amounts of people in the inside pit area, and the back area pit is also still full as well. So, yeah, busy weekend as Smith making the bid to the inside, trying to get by Vic, and he is bringing the 3 of Schultz with him.
As they go through 3 and 4, they are fighting into the top 5 right there. Schultz with a little bit of a love tap to the 221 of Lyndon Smith, looking to the inside of Lyndon Smith, going into turn number 1, and contact right in the back end, and that was good heads-up driving by Vic to miss him. So we'll watch and see here. Everyone seems to miss him, but that was definitely the caution that Raridan wanted.
Oh, yeah. And right where that is in the corner, and with Schultz being a little unfamiliar here to Evergreen Speedway, you wonder if he anticipated Lyndon to keep his speed up as he was going through, or if maybe Lyndon checked up just a hair for him to get into him. There's a lot of explanations beyond just the 3 got into the back.
Exactly. There's definitely more to it. I've talked to other drivers that have never raced at Evergreen Speedway, and then it's definitely not on the 3/8, and they definitely say turn 1 on the 3/8 is one of the oddest corners at any racetrack, because it is completely flat. You could put so much speed into it, but it upsets the car as well.
And you have talked about that on this show too. It's also the transition between the 5/8 and the 3/8 that's going on right at that point in time when many of them are cornering.
Yes, yeah. It definitely tends to upset your cars. We got a new leader. That is the 97 of Zach Bristol. Our current leader that we had pulled into the pits. I noticed he had a little, we got some more issues. Oh, that's not what we want to see.
Keegan Mooney's 11, one of our Youth Hornet move-ups, and I believe Schultz got a piece of that once again. Austin Kramer's 14 also involved, and there's a second look. So, now once, coincidence, although that time, Schultz nowhere to go. That was Kramer in the back of Mooney.
Yeah, so we watch Austin Kramer here. A little bit of contact the first time, and that was just unfortunately slowed down. Nowhere to go.
Insult to injury on the second shot as he was going away. Although Austin does need to take the tech sheet out of his window.
Yes.
Please? Come on, man. Just attention to detail. It's a good thing.
So green flag. This is restart, I believe, number 3. Maybe number 2. I think this is restart number 2. As we got Zach Bristol resuming the lead, the 81 of Bobby Fischer. Not a good corner for him, as we got the 21 of Justin Brave going into turn 3. He grabbed second, and now we got the 88 of Brandon Lindbergh looking to get into the podium.
All right, so we're going to get the interesting back view of where normally the luggage would be kept in the 81 car.
And he is pulling off.
Yeah, Fischer going off into the 5/8, so something wrong on Bobby's car. And the top 5 looks vastly different once again.
And here comes Travis Barnes to the field, and there goes Raridan as well. He has gone from last to about 6th.
All right, so it's been the series of cautions that Raridan has needed to work his way back forward. Lindbergh and Brave having the good race right now. Justin Brave, it's been a quieter year for him, and Brandon Lindbergh getting used to this circle tracking thing, looking really good.
Uh-oh. Oh, my. Oh. Okay.
Bender's 18, Smith's 221,
Mooney
and
involved in-
Schultz is 3.
Okay. All
Okay.
right.
So
We're just going to say it. We just
No, let's
drove
get
it
another-
into the side.
well, yeah, but watch the back of the 221. Like, the 221 is coming down and maybe getting a little loose.
Maybe.
Look,
We'll see right
here.
here.
we go.
Oh. Okay.
I can't say
we
that
can't
they're-
give opinions, so
Yeah,
that's
we
we're
can.
just
Oh, we can.
Well, but
it's
I'm
just,
not.
I think this is it's gray area enough. Hey, guess what? You all just watched it 4 times. Make your own judgment
Exactly.
and, write us in and tell us how wrong we were.
You know what,
or
though?
right we were, however it works.
per race control. It does not matter. They all go to the back.
I love that rule.
Yep.
All cars involved in the incident, whether intentional or not, to the
back.
rear. Thank you.
And we are resuming with Zach Bristol, our leader. Unfortunately, this field, every time we go to a restart, keeps getting smaller.
Maybe
every time.
Maybe we should go legend style and single file them.
Maybe. Well, we're only halfway through. Maybe we might.
Exactly. We're only halfway through.
But look at Cole Raridan. He is up to 4th now.
That a guy, Cole. Cole recently celebrating, I want to say 10 years of sobriety here.
I believe so.
Congratulations
That's
to
a
him.
huge-
That is fantastic.
Yes,
for him.
congratulations.
And he is racing like his pants are on fire at the moment, coming all the way from the back to a top 4 run. He's bidding for 3rd coming into these turns.
Yeah, this is definitely one heck of a run for him. Might have, I would say, definitely, I'm going to for sure say it, probably start off very frustrated.
Oh, no kidding.
So he is definitely maybe racing with a little bit of anger. And with some people, when you're angry in racing, you race better. And then there's some that race not so good.
I can only equate it to the poker table these days. When I'm angry, I don't play better.
And I'm the same with racing. When I'm angry, I don't race better.
But some guys doing all right at it as we are watching Lindbergh in 3rd in the JBR 88 car. And there's Cole Raridan trying to chase him down. He's got a great run to the inside here.
That was definitely, you called it, really good run. And he does not waste any more time. He doesn't know. We're not guaranteed another caution. Well, we're never guaranteed a caution in the mini stock division. As he is, I mean, he already passed, it's been a lap, and he's already up to about 2 to 3 car lengths past Brandon Lindbergh.
So Raridan on the move, and now Barnes also charging back forward. There's a really good look, although he had to go, he had to go way under the rumble strips on that one to try to get there. And it's going to cost him another spot. So there goes Jonah Vick.
Yeah, he has definitely broke something in that right front. He is pulling off, it looks like, or he might be stopping. Nope, we're going to stay green.
All right, well, while we do that, let's take a second to thank the people at Central Welding Supply. Central Welding Supply's family-owned service hasn't changed since 1975. Central Welding Supply's outstanding customer service. It's the industry leader in gases, welding, and safety supplies for industry and life.
So we continue to watch Cole Raridan slowly make some moves through the field. Or not, I shouldn't even say slowly. He is fastly making moves through the field. He is looking to get into 2nd. Looked momentarily to the inside of Justin Brave as we put the 19 of that is, I believe, Burt Jacobs down a lap. As I believe that might even be one of his first races. To the inside is Cole Raridan for 2nd.
Big bid for Raridan. He is trying to go back to front on this, and he has gotten to 2nd. He's left himself a little time, Chad. It'll be 7 laps to go this time around. We know the Bristol car is not the straightaway speed fastest car. It does corner like a son of a gun, though.
Oh, it definitely does.
So we'll see where Raridan chooses to get to him. We're expecting him to run up on him here on the straightaways, but we'll see where the battle ends up in the turns.
But look how fast he already caught up to Bristol. But you see it right there. He got to him in the straightaway, but he left him in the corner momentarily. But that was a really good corner, as now Bristol moves back to 2nd. As we'll see if maybe Justin Brave has anything. And whoa, we got fire.
Oh, big time. Flame on from the 97 of Bristol as he puts a patch down coming out of the corner. And you saw that car unhook right up there. You see it?
Oh, yeah.
It's like a hose broke and it slicked up the tire.
I would say that motor unfortunately went kaboom. That is definitely more so. I would say that has to be a motor. If it was like a oil line, that would have been a lot faster.
Sure.
But that was just, it let completely go.
All right, so this is from the Vic point of view as he watches the event happen in front of him. And he got a little bit of Justin Brave as well. Now from Lindbergh has, whoa.
But good heads-up driving by everyone. And then I know it kind of sounds bad, but Zach Bristol is able to go into the dirt, so it helps save track time to clean up.
So you're about to see the kitty litter patch coming out of turn number 2 here for a couple of seconds. as Cole Reardon doesn't take off.
Oh,
what happened
that was
here?
Not a good start, and we will probably not let that one go. We are so far gonna let it go. We'll
She's
see.
good?
No.
Okay, yes.
And they have, I believe we'll get to see it. There is a new rule in place. So we will watch and see when we get to it.
Okay, give him a second.
If you jump a start, it is not the one person, not the...
It's the row.
It's the row now goes to the back.
All right, so...
Or goes one row back. And that is exactly what happened. They don't go straight to the back. They're just one row back. We are green flag. So now it is the 24 of Jonah Vick, your leader, with 3 laps to go.
Look at that, Jonah. Welcome here.
And Devin Barnes, too, a Southtown native, but not for long. Here comes the 4 Cole Reardon to the inside.
I was going to say, Jonah, here's the gift course coming, tracked into town for you. But Reardon back to the inside, and he will reascend the top spot. And there's a white flag?
Yeah,
Did I see that right? Okay, so we're just going to end this one on a green-white checkered.
I think so, yep. We are not going to revert. We are going to throw the checkered flag this time by. What a comeback for Cole Reardon as he comes off at turn number 4. Your race winner, Cole Reardon, and I believe he is your current points leader as well.
And give second to Lindbergh. Give third. Congrats to the Kelly family as Vic puts her on the podium. Let's go talk to top 3. We've got the Angel of the Winds Casino Resort podium coming up.
Well, Jonah, that was a wild ride for that race, but you get the 24 up on the on the podium tonight. You guys have been gaining a little bit every time. Talk about how much fun are you having running the mini stock class?
I love mini stocks. We used to race them, took a couple-year hiatus, and came back. Thank you to the Kellys for giving us a ride. But yeah, I love minis. They're one of the best classes out here. And we have some of the best cars, some of the best drivers, a huge field of cars.
And who do you want to thank for helping you get out of here?
I got to thank Eric and Tracy Kelly, my dad and my brother, Tom's Automotive. I don't know the names of the car. Central Welding. Yeah.
All right, give it up. Third place tonight, driver of the 24, Jonah Vick. All right, Brandon, good race day. Came home second place. It was a tough run there. You inherited the front row there after that restart kind of happened. Talk about what was rolling through your mind as we're getting late models rolling behind us. Sorry. Talk about what was going through your mind. Green, white, checkered, starting up on the front row.
That race was a mess. It was warm. Glad all you guys are out here sticking it out. It was a little intimidating going back a row for a green, white, checkered, but we managed to pull back out and got her back where we were, and just really happy with really everybody that came out. Everybody's been working on my car day in, day out, getting this thing fast, and it's a blast to be out here.
And who do you want to thank specifically for helping you get out of here?
I was thinking about thanking Tire Pros. They're pretty cool, aren't they? I got Allied Motorsports, PRCBD, FX Pro Auto Salon, Kenny's Truck Parts, JBR Racing. He is a car owner. He is my godfather. He is an amazing man, and I gotta thank him for putting me in the car this year. And my mom and Mike, they helped buy me a motor. So everybody that's come together this year, it's been absolutely amazing. I'm just glad to be out here in the top of the pack with all these other great cars, and thanks again.
Let's give it our second place tonight, driver of the 88, Brandon Lindbergh. All right, Cole, when you spun around early in this race, tell me honestly, did you think the race was over?
Oh, absolutely not. No, I know I got the car to win. That was unnecessary on lap 1. Whatever, try and take me out. You got to try harder than that.
You definitely were on a mission there. You put the head down, you drove all the way back, and then at the end of the race there, the restart shuffle, you ended up having to restart on row 2 for the green, white, checkered. Talk about, were you ready to roll, and what did you need to get to the front there in those last 3 laps?
I was just maintaining pace car speed. I got to give Brandon credit for trying, you know. So it is what it is. I knew I'd get around him on that green, white, checker.
And who do you want to thank for helping you get out here?
I got to thank all the fans. You know what? Ryan with Tire Pros and John Fisher were back there cooking burgers and breakfast. I thank you feeding me. My sponsors, Bob T. Builder, Royce Tanner Racing, NPM Welding and Fab, Full Throttle Graphics, Bickford Trailers, Finish Line Drafting Design, my dad, my crew, my daughter, my girlfriend Jenny, Spottin, Royce, Lucas. It takes a lot to make this happen. So thanks for the fans. Enjoy the next 200 laps. This is a good one.
Let's give it up for your race winner, driver of the 4, Cole Reardon.
I like the fact that Cole's wearing his sponsor Bob T. Builder t-shirt underneath the driving suit. But Cole, come on, buddy. No cotton t-shirt under your fireproof material. Get you some Nomex. We'll do you right on that one. All right, it is time. First little bit here of the Summer Showdown for the super late models. A main event 200 times around, Chad, and a huge field. Let's get to them. First 2 rows look like this.
14 of Michael Atwell out of Naples, Florida, sponsored by Davidson Electric. The 1 of Casey Klein out of Quincy, sponsored by Thermart Farms. The 22, Buddy Shepard out of Bakersfield, California, sponsored by Dobie Haggard Trucking. And the 10, Owen Riddle out of Natchez, sponsored by Don Riddle Excavating.
Third row is the Lester Brothers, number 5 of Jan Evans from East Wenatchee. Outside him, the Team Chevy, number 7 of Tristan McKee from Kannapolis. Row number 4, the Salted Metals, number 08 of Jace Hansen from Greeley, Colorado. And the 9 of Ethan Ebert from Tucson, Arizona, in the Jefferson Racing car.
7D is Dawson Cox out of Arlington, sponsored by Dry Calls LLC. The 00 Hero Nama Lang out of Linwood, sponsored by J&R Truck Rentals. The 89 Donnie Wannett out of Urim Beach, Florida, sponsored by Court Games. The 5 of Ryan Phipps out of Burley, Idaho, sponsored by Western Mountain Inc.
Row 7, Max Schroeder, 17 car out of Tacoma, Z93 Media. 25, Randy Marshall Jr. from Natchez in the RM Mechanical car. 3 of Ken Bonney, Hermiston, Oregon, Bonnie's TYM Tractors. And the 3 of Logan Cole from Shayless, CNC Development.
33 is Christopher Kaus out of Hillsboro, Oregon, sponsored by Kaus Machine. The 2 of Terry Halverson, sponsored by Halverson Auto Body. He is out of Wenatchee. The 45, Nick Beecher out of Marysville, sponsored by Kendall Auto Group. The 27 of Cole Raz out of Lake Oswego, Oregon, sponsored by Jefferson Racing.
Final 6, the 5 Garrett Archer, Maple Valley, Archer Construction. The 3 of Wyatt Gardner of Lake Stevens, Edwards Construction. 11 of Jovan Dillon, Meridian, Idaho, Dillon Toyota Lift. The 98 of Greg Bennett from Seattle, Bennett Design and Construction. Back row, Brandon Brock's 94 from Stanwood, Meyer Metals. The 93 of Dave Garber from Spokane, Fitz Motorsports. Green is out. We have a ton of storylines to get to. Our producers hate us because they only gave us a minute to get 30 cars in, but that's all right. We got a long time to get to it, Chad.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. The 7 of Tristan McKee is our fast time qualifier.
Yes, just a hair off the track record.
Well, yes, exactly. So 199 laps to go. There's a reason why you did not see the leader or the fast time qualifier start on the front row.
Because it was a redraw from the top 4 cars that won the heat races from the summer shootout program that we had here.
Yes.
And even then, some of them had to make some alterations to the car, specifically, I want to say new tire or something like that, that have sent them to the back of the field in Cole Raz and Jovan Dillon, I believe.
Yes, and I believe the 5 of Garrett Archer.
Okay.
There has been some tire issues all weekend long. This track is 62 years old.
Yes.
It is one of the roughest tracks they will probably ever run, especially in the Northwest. It is not an average tire that you run on a weekly basis. This is the ST2 tire, the same ST1 that the Pro Late models race on a weekly basis, but like I said, the ST2 on the right side. A little bit softer tire, I believe, and the sidewall is a little bit softer as well.
This is a battle for second right now as Casey Klein's got the early lead. We're looking at the 22 of Buddy Shepard, and he just took the spot away from the 14 of Atwell. With that being said, tire conservation is going to be a massive thing for these drivers to think about, and the crews.
100% tire conservation, and let's just say it, car conservation as well. You got 200 laps to get to the end. This is a very rough racetrack. The fastest, probably one of the fastest racetracks that most of these drivers will run on.
To that being said, there is some artificial breaks in the competition that are coming up. We'll tell you about them as we get a little bit closer to them, as right now this 30-car field starting to spread out. They're going for $30,000 to win this A main event at the Tire Pros Summer Showdown. We are going to take a break. We will get into the meat and potatoes of this race when we come back on Home Track Heroes here on Seattle 11. The Summer Showdown is on here on Home Track Heroes on Seattle 11, and we got 2 drivers already beating and banging around as we come back from break with about 180 laps to go. That is Cole Raz, 20th place starter in the 27. He is working up on the back of the 10 car of Riddle. And those 2 already getting after it as Raz has really moved up the field quite nicely early here, Chad.
Definitely a hard charger. Yeah, that is definitely some impressive moves that he's been making as we are going yellow. So this is going to be probably, I wouldn't say odd, but it'll just be something we've never seen before.
Well, it's a first time here on Home Track Heroes, and let's explain it as best we can. This is a competition yellow that we have coming up here. We talked about the tire compound a little bit. One of the things that we're going to do to manage the tires as best we can is what you're looking at right now. What are they doing?
We are going to put them through water. There has been issues all weekend long with, unfortunately, I believe it's the right side's blistering. It's a little bit of a softer compound. So what they are hoping to do is get a little heat cycle in it for 20 laps, get them hot, get them cool, and hopefully that will keep the tires from blistering.
So
that is their thinking.
Yep, that brings this field together 20 laps into it. Green flag is back out, and again, we're going to continue to monitor this because it's a huge thing. Tire management is already a big portion of big-time late model racing, and now we've thrown in a little extra curveball.
100%. We are also going to do another one on lap 120 as well.
Okay.
So we will do that again, but we have a good battle for the lead. Buddy Shepard, who we saw at the Mark Galloway a month ago, looking to grab the lead away from Casey Klein. And I'm noticing now that everyone and we'll see it again because we actually do have another competition caution, I believe, every 30 laps of this race.
Okay, so
Northwest Super Late Model rule.
Okay, so we're going to slow this down again at some point in time. We'll keep this field nice and artificially close, and you know what, that does put an emphasis, or actually I say an emphasis, wrong word. The back of the field gets quite the break on that one because it's going to take those lead cars a little while to get around to it. It's going to be a lot easier to stay on the lead lap.
It will. I believe this race we will see, it'll be obviously a lot different than last year's, where last year we had almost 100 green flag laps in a row. Well, that is for sure not going to happen because we're going to have a caution every 30 laps. Normally it's every 40 per the Northwest Super Late Model rule. We're going to drop it down to 30 because I believe just the size of the racetrack.
And this is very important as well. This is a Northwest Super Late
hard
Model.
Hit.
Yeah, race.
One of our locals, two of our locals, Nick Beecher involved, Greg Bennett involved, Christopher Kalsch, and Dave Garber.
That Kalsch car looks a lot like a Kevin Hamlin car from back in the day. As they're in, and boy, it's new.
Motor has gone out on the 98, it looks like.
Yeah, it's new race car city on some of those boys. Let's take a look from Brandon Brock's perspective as there's the mess starting just underneath his mirror in front of him. As everybody else getting up and into it, Brock finds the clean path through somehow. All right, here's from Beecher's point of view.
A hard hit between both, and well, between all four, as Christopher Kalsch had nowhere to go, as we saw in the last video there.
Yeah.
But a hard hit for Bennett. I mean, that was one of probably top 5 hardest hits.
Yeah, look at that rubber that had already come up on the screen, and then the fluid that was flying as, that camera has seen better days. Oh, here's from Bennett. Yep, spin out starts, and that's painful.
Yeah, unfortunately having motor issues all weekend long, and unfortunately letting go as we see one more slow motion.
You ever wonder what thousands of dollars looks like just going up poof at a time?
But you know what? All that matters, all drivers are okay.
That's right.
They are sore, but that is to be expected when you run into the back end of a wall at 125 miles an hour.
Exactly. Driver walked away, best case scenario, so a little cleanup occurring, and we'll double this field up once again, albeit with a few less cars in the back of it.
We have unfortunately lost 4 as we have 22 of Buddy Shepard on the outside, and we got, we're 3 wide.
Careful, guys.
We already wrecked 4.
Yeah, long race. Still long race.
Okay. This is not how this is supposed to go.
Gardner's 3, and the 5 of Evans?
That is the 5 of Phipps.
5 of Phipps, okay.
As I'm going to say, it looked like, well, maybe I need one more view.
Take a look from Donnie Wannett's point of view. It's a cloud of dust, you know.
Somebody dipped their left front a little bit too far into the dirt is what I can see.
Here we go.
Oh, no. I think somebody got in the back of Phipps, and this is what caused most of this.
2 cars going for one spot, and then a cloud of dust made it hard to see the rest of it.
And the saying, cautions breed cautions, and unfortunately that has now happened.
All right. Well, guys, relax. 177 to go here.
They're racing like it's the last lap, so we got a long time to go.
There's 30 grand on the line, but we got, another hour before we're getting there, so...
Hopefully, yes.
As the green flag is out, and this time they all make it through 1 and 2.
Yeah, they are racing side by side, door handle. The 1 of Casey Klein on the inside, the 22 of Buddy Shepard on the outside. I'm going to say that generally general consensus that I've been talking to the drivers all weekend long, the outside groove on restarts is the better groove.
Saw that play out in the Galloway. It was strong in the Galloway. Now, granted, super late models and a different compound tire and a longer race, but at least we have some visual evidence that that's been the case already.
More momentum.
Okay.
And the other thing is, it's a lot smoother up there. I'm going to say this multiple times, 62-year-old racetrack, hasn't been repaved, and it is sitting on not so desirable lands to build on anyway.
Okay.
So the water table tends to move up and down. On the bottom of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, if you can stick your car to the bottom, it is going to hurt your car mechanically and physically.
Okay.
There are so many bumps in 3 and 4.
Do you feel it? Does it shake the race car when you're down there?
It will. I mean, your teeth feel like they are going to fall out. That
Really?
is how hard you are hitting. And we'll probably start to see it once the sun goes down, and probably after the halfway break, you're going to see sparks flying off of these cars.
I've seen that. Yeah. Okay.
And it is very, very rough. As we are riding along with the 27 of Cole Raz, I believe he is sitting in that 6th spot.
Wow, 20 to 6, 14 spots already for Cole Raz. That is impressive. Here, just 27 laps into this.
And he is actually sitting 4th.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Okay, so down by...
Even more impressive.
There you go. And he's running up on the back of Tristan McKee. McKee, again, our quick qualifier from the weekend, just a hair off the guy who owns and builds his car's track record here around the 5/8.
Yes, very, very close. I believe the existing track record is a 21.642, where he was a 21.682.
Oh, wow. Yeah, hundredths of a second off from setting a new track record. He will let Cole Raz go without fighting him too hard. Raz is up to 3rd, and McKee sits 4th. As let's look a little bit further back in the pack. That is the 9, and Ethan Ebert has been super impressive here in his very little bit of Evergreen Speedway experience so far. He's running some good laps around the middle of the racetrack, and he is duking it out with the 5 car. Is that Archer's 5?
That is Garrett Archer. We have not seen him for a couple of years. Great to see him back out with. And then the 9 of Ethan Ebert, a very, very short career as well in the super late model series. He is, I believe, a Baja 500 champion at the age of 16 years old.
Jefferson Racing is really excited about that kid. They think he has got a very bright future. We'll see where it carries on to as you get a look at your race leader, Casey Klein. Got to say a big thank you to Busch Light Beer, the official beer of NASCAR and Evergreen Speedway. Busch Beer, the sound of refreshment, crisp and cold as a mountain stream. Busch. It's the best way to watch Home Track Heroes, by the way, is kicked back with a Busch in hand as we got one slowing around the inside.
That looks like the 14 of Michael Atwell with an issue. He was one of the top picks to possibly win this race, and his chances of winning the Summer Showdown, unfortunately, have just shattered, unless a caution will come out, but it doesn't look like it, as they are single file all the way around the racetrack. So a tough break for Michael Atwell, our farthest competitor all the way from Florida.
That's a long trip to have your big race end 31 laps into it. That stinks for Atwell. On board with Buddy Shepard, as we watch Casey Klein on the left-hand side of your screen. Reminder that Home Track Heroes is brought to you by All Ply Roofing. 32 laps in. Left-hand side of your screen, race leader Casey Klein has opened up. Nice healthy advantage right now over Buddy Shepard. We watch Buddy clipping off some laps on the in-car view on the right-hand side of your screen. 167 laps to go, 33 and still. Very long ways to go. So let's look back at the field. We were talking about Ebert just a little bit earlier. Jovan Dillon in the 11 car trying to come up and through the field as well, as he's had a decent showdown weekend.
Yeah, so far did not start off that great on Thursday. They've been here for 3 days so far.
Yeah.
I believe he was involved in the crash on Thursday. That involved the 5 of Ryan Phipps, the 93 of Garber, and unfortunately the 11 of Jovan Dillon. That is actually his backup car. That is his dad's car.
Oh, no kidding.
Yes.
Wow.
And he actually said that car's the better one.
All right. Well, Jovan's got a good piece to be rolling with here as we're watching the 3 of them, Archer, Ebert, and Dillon, trying to chase down Max Schroeder's 17 car. Schroeder.
2-time winner so far at South Sound Speedway, I believe. For sure one. He had a horrible crash at the Apple Cup over at Tri-City Raceway. It took a couple months off to get it rebuilt, and great to see him back out. And then the 11 of Jovan Dillon has picked up a win in this series at Wenatchee Valley Super Oval.
Schroeder also had a wedding to pay for.
He did.
Congratulations on the nuptials. Oh, that's a problem. as Kenny Bonnie's 3?
That is the 3 of Logan Cole out of
Cole's
Southtown.
3, okay.
As-
Cars together, and that is Brock's 94.
Yeah, putting him a lap down. Unfortunately, they both met right in front of our leaders, as that could have been way worse. As that is definitely in a spot where you're surrounded by concrete right there.
Not a lot of room to get around, but everybody does escape. Here is from Brock's point of view.
Watch and see. You see Dawson on the outside, and ooh.
Well, it was
Could have been worse.
Yeah, nasty wreck, and that'll reset this field once again. Had a couple of cautions here early that have gathered us back up, plus that lap 20 tire cool-off period that we experienced. So let's try it again as the sun creeps further behind the hills. 2x2, Casey Klein, all that ground that he had has all gone away. Buddy Shepard going to be right next to him.
Interesting to see that he picked the inside being the leader, but it is so far working out, possibly, but now Buddy Shepard to the outside, maybe even a little bit of contact going into turn number 3.
Squeezing him up to where Shepard was looking at that wall going, eee, that's close.
Yeah, and it's definitely a little bit close coming off of 4 because you also got that bump, and that tends to upset the car. Even a little bit of contact going into turn number 1. These guys are racing. Oh, not more contact. These guys are racing like it's lap 199 here. Is look at the 27 of Cole Raz from 20th to 3rd.
We're about to be at the 5th of the way through mark here of this race. So 20% will be in the books. And Cole Raz has gone from 20th to 3rd. He is going to make the bid for 2nd into turn number 1.
Good job going into turn number 1. Buddy Shepard, he knows that he is way faster. He's just going to let him go and probably let him get to the 1 of Klein, because the 22 of Shepard definitely knows he needs to keep these tires underneath them.
Yep.
A lot of time to go, even though they're all going to get 4 new tires at the break.
Let's talk strategy here. The break will come.
Our leader with an issue.
Casey Klein. No need to talk strategy on that. Klein going right to the pit area as Cole Raz is going to have the lead from 20th in 38 laps.
Very, very impressive here at Evergreen Speedway. Great. So fun to watch Cole Raz maneuver his way through the field. Buddy Shepard still, that'll move him up to 2nd. 3rd will be the 7 of Tristan McKee, our fast time qualifier. I believe you also pick up $1,500 when you were the fast time qualifier for the Summer Showdown.
In car with Owen Riddle, and we will strive to find out what happened to the Klein car. So that's going to be a story to tell. We'll try to get that information for you guys as we watch Riddle in the 10, and he is leading a lot of fast guys that are almost stacked up 2x2 behind him.
Yeah, definitely. This whole race so far, there has never been a dull moment. They are all over the place. It kind of reminds me of the trucks midway through the pack. They are moving all over, all from pretty much 10th through last, I would say.
Dylan was challenging the inside of Riddle. He ceded the spot to Schroeder in the 17. Schroeder's got the 9 of Ebert trying to go all the way up to where the expensive liquor lives on the top shelf here, and it gets real narrow on the top of 4 coming off to the point where you have to swim it off the wall to avoid making contact.
Oh yeah, definitely got to be careful here. We got 159 laps to go. It is definitely a good battle between the 17 of Schroeder and the 11 of Jovan Dillon.
All right, Dillon is going to go after him. Ebert swung around to pick up the spot on Schroeder in the exchange. As we're going to take a look at your lead two, we've got more of the Tire Pros Summer Showdown coming up after this commercial break. Don't touch that dial. You're watching Home Track Heroes on Seattle 11. We're back here on Home Track Heroes on Seattle 11. We have not hit the halfway point yet of the Summer Showdown, brought to you by Tire Pros. My name is Caleb Hart. He is Chad Fitzpatrick. In fact, we have got 134 laps left in the entire race, so 34 laps or so to go before we get to the scheduled midway point of the race break. Green flag is out once again. Our show brought to you by All Ply Roofing, and a big thank you to them. Cole Raz has come from 20th to the lead. He has got Tristan McKee and Ethan Ebert chasing him down.
Our fast time qualifier looks to the outside. He will grab the lead with 133 laps to go. One of the youngest drivers in the field, as he is definitely set sail now. We'll watch and see what happens if he was maybe holding back, seeing if he needed to save some tires. But like I said, we didn't get to this stop because unfortunately we got into that crash. They're going to get 4 new tires coming up in 33 laps.
Yep, it's going to be an interesting thing for them because at that point in time you get into the, all right, when do we push stage of this race? And considering as well, we're still going to have tire cooldown segment coming up at some point in time. I mean, there's going to be multiple times for these drivers to kick back, relax, and take some heat out of what they're doing.
Yes, for sure. In the next, after the 100 lap break, there will be for sure 3 more cautions either way. It doesn't matter if there's any accidents or not, as we continue to watch that lead start to shrink dramatically by the 9 or the 7 of Tristan McKee. But look at Ethan Ebert now, up to third. He is in the battle, or in the contention for the lead as well.
I told you that Jeffersons were excited about Ethan Ebert. This is big-time late model racing, and he is competing at the highest level with just not a ton of seat time yet. He is up there in third and has kind of a run on Raz, but Raz is making the move. He wants the lead back from McKee, and he's going to get it going into 1.
McKee definitely gave him the outside groove, showing once again, hey, we still got 130 laps. Let's have something at the end here to fight for that $30,000. As we also see the 11 of Jovan Dillon moving up into the top 4, and then the 10 of Owen Riddle, a former winner of this race.
I was going to ask you some strategy stuff a little bit earlier, and what happened with Casey Klein ended up pulling off before I could get to it. With Klein, we understand something in the rear, might be transmission, might be axle, but whatever it is, that is enough to end his day. So
yes,
tough for Casey.
Unfortunately.
So you're watching Raz, and Raz has been here on the 5/8. He has competed at this. He's been successful in this race in and before, but we're throwing some new curveballs at him in terms of tire compound and competition yellows plus tire slowdown yellows. Can you just throw the old playbook out the window and have to attack this as you go?
I think so. I think most teams here have been. This is definitely a way different summer showdown, probably in the whole time we've been doing this.
Yeah.
Competition cautions. Normally this is an Evergreen Speedway hosted event. This is a Northwest Super Late Model hosted event.
Yep.
So Northwest Super Late Model officials. The other thing, probably half the field have never been on the 5/8s before. That's a huge wrench in the playbook as well.
So I'll keep on that, but first we got to take a second and let you know Speedway Chevrolet and RV Center in Monroe is your one-stop transportation and RV center. From new vehicles to pre-owned cars and trucks, Speedway Chevrolet can locate nearly any make and model you are searching for. That is Speedway Chevrolet. When you catch Don Fairley taking a nap in the Speedway Chevrolet pace car during the middle of the race night, so tell him, hey, you can do that on your own time. Buddy.
Yes.
Sell us this car, please.
Yeah.
Just knock on the window and make sure he's awake. That's all we're asking. So you take second place Tristan McKee, and that is a Preston Peltier car. It's a P1 chassis. It is Preston at the helm of the operation and stuff. And Preston has won lots of money here at Evergreen Speedway.
Oh, yes.
An abundance of experience right now. Same idea. In the chase position for a driver, Tristan, who's learning Evergreen Speedway, but you have to throw that old notebook out the window again.
Yeah, there's so many different things that are happening. You definitely want to use track position as well. When you get to the second halfway break, or when we get to this initial halfway break, like I said, everyone's going to be on new tires. It's a whole new race at that point.
Yep.
And these drivers, when they started in this race, these were on 20 old lap tires. We are probably going to see some of the fastest lap times after the first 100 laps. Probably around lap 100 to about 110. Is what we'll see, and then the tires will start to fall off once again.
Well, Ethan Ebert is really pushing hard here, making a big run on McKee. Looks like he wants second right now, just hasn't been able to get there. McKee cutting some really good laps down around the bottom of 1 and 2, and surviving through 3 and 4 when Ebert tries to sling it up and around the middle groove on him. It's a good battle for second place. You're watching between the 7 and the 9.
Yeah, Ebert definitely showing that the outside groove definitely works. We've been seeing that by many, many drivers on restarts and just in general in racing in a pack. When you go to the outside here on the 5/8, like I said, we already touched on it before, it's a lot smoother. However, you're not turning as much, so you're not going to destroy those tires as if you're going to be on the inside. You're not going to scrub those tires as hard. So again, tire conservation, tire conservation, tire conservation.
It is McKee and Ebert, Team Peltier versus Team Jefferson. A good battle in for second place, and one we have seen over the Northwest a little bit. Raz is losing a little bit of the pad, a little bit of the gap that he had built over McKee as we're coming in. It'll be 120 left right here, so 2/5 of the race will be done. Cole Raz, your leader. McKee and Ebert, they're coming into slower traffic.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to get onto the 89 of Donnie Wana and the 25 of Randy Marshall Jr. It has been over a year since we've seen Randy Marshall Jr. even hit the racetrack. They'll put him down a lap. They'll put the 89 down a lap in the next lap or two as they will get out of the way for the leaders. Now you start to wonder, is Raz slowly starting to let up to let them catch them because he really has nothing to gain, as we got the 2 of Terry Halverson hard into turn number 1 and 2 as you saw those sparks fly big time. Let's see here how that, ooh.
Riding
Yikes.
the outside wall And a shower of sparks. Halverson, the veteran, out of Wenatchee. The Halverson auto body car.
Oh.
Kabang. And the sparks started before he hit the wall. So
Yeah.
something let loose first. Terry's in the wall. And that brings us to a little break for these drivers to cool things off.
Yeah, so that's definitely going to throw a wrench in people's plans for this. We have exactly 20 laps to go until we get to the break. Everyone has slowly started working their way up again. We are green flag racing once again, and it is Cole Raz, Tristan McKee, Ethan Ebert, and Joe Van Dillon, your top 4.
Let's watch how they shoot it out. Again, knowing that 4 fresh tires are 20 laps away. So at this point in time, tires that have been on the car, the heat race tires have got 100 laps exactly on them. The freshies have 80, but will end up towards the very tail end of the life cycle on both of them.
Yeah, 100%. But now we got new leader, Tristan McKee. I believe this is our 3rd or 4th lead change so far in this race. Definitely way more lead changes that we've seen in recent summer showdowns.
Absolutely. Summer showdowns have been kind of a watch for your leader to streak and everybody try to catch him in and late, kind of like what happened a couple of years back, right?
Yep.
McKee, Raz, Ebert.
He's not letting off. He is gone. I think probably the last 20 or 30 laps we've been watching McKee, I think he was just kind of holding back to maybe wait for that caution, because he is definitely not holding back now. He knows those 4 fresh Hoosier tires are on the way, and he is gone.
And you wonder if this is something where Preston is telling him in his ear, okay, go for it. Let's get some late tire run data here at the very end so we know for the next run, we're expecting you to be up front, how we need to tighten or loosen this car up for the last little burst of speed that you're going to have.
I think you're very, very right, because pretty much now the temperature is in the air is going to be pretty relative to what it will be when the race will end.
And we've got a caution on the racetrack. Debris is what
Possibly
we've got coming down the officials' radio channel.
Possibly some debris. You know, when you're going over 125 miles an hour, and if anyone says there might be even a slight piece of debris, you go yellow.
So once again, off the gas here for a couple of seconds. And all right, guys, relax. Like we talked about earlier on restart strategy, the car doesn't handle the same. And that gives Raz a side-by-side start with McKee. And Raz from the inside going to nose ahead into turn number 1.
That was definitely a good start for Raz, but now McKee will make up that ground that he lost as they are dead even down the back straightaway. McKee was your leader at the restart, so he was able to choose the high groove, as now he goes way up high once again, as that's looking like he is going to have a better corner off of 4 than the 27 of Raz, and he will. 116 in so far, or 116 to go, I should say.
Yeah, McKee had to scramble for it, but he did get it back as Raz was looking like he was going to retake that lead over. Still McKee, Raz, and Ebert with Dillon knocking on the door of the top 3. He's within a car length or 2 of Ebert. Meanwhile, taking a look, Buddy Shepard's 22, back up and into position number 5. Nice move by him.
Yeah, slowly he started up front, slowly drifting back. I think that was by design, trying to save those tires as well, but now he knows there's only 15 laps to go until they get those fresh 4. Might as well use up whatever you got left. Use every single dime out of that tire.
Yep, whatever you can do, get some data for your team coming here on the late run. Shepard had a really good Galloway here with Cars Tour West, but again, different tire compound and a super late model instead of a pro, so it's not all 100% applicable here on this summer showdown.
Exactly, we're talking about slightly different right side tire and definitely 200 horsepower less than what we saw about a month ago for the Mark Galloways. We got a good battle between Ken Bonney and the 17 of Schroeder. Those two have raced many, many years together. That is the second time we have seen Ken Bonney ever at Evergreen Speedway. We saw him the first time at the Mark Galloway shootout about a month ago. Unfortunately didn't end well for him, but doing a good run right now, running in the top 10.
Good job by Bonney here in his Evergreen Speedway second run ever for the veteran. As once again, a look at Tristan McKee, who is stretching it over Cole Raz as we tick laps away, getting ever so closer to the midway break. New 4th place driver, and we have not talked about Jace Hansen in the 08 car, the second of the, or one of the 3 Preston Peltier entries here in the 08. And boy, he is starting to really pick up the pace as he is up on the back of Ebert looking for 3rd.
Yeah, definitely been kind of a sleeper throughout the whole race, just slowly working his way up. Definitely trying to get in that top 3. I believe he finished 2nd or 3rd in one of the snowball derbies in recent years. So he definitely knows super late model racing. He's, I believe, based out of California, races all over the country. Definitely a very well-respected racer throughout.
He is looking good as he sneaks a peek to the inside on Ebert. Going into 1 and 2. It is McKee, Raz, Ebert, and from the outside looking in, and another bid coming into the corner. You can see Ebert getting down to close the door on Hansen, who wants to get in the top 3 before the break.
Exactly. Yep. Laps are starting to run away, and we got one car, Name a Lang, pulling in.
So Lang going to be done before the break. We're going to take a timeout before the break as well. Commercial break, and we are back for the halfway point of the Summer Showdown next here on Home Track Heroes. We are just before the halfway break here on Home Track Heroes on Seattle 11. Our program brought to you by All Ply Roofing. This is the Tire Pros Summer Showdown. 7 to go before the break. I'm Caleb Hart. He is Chad Fitzpatrick. This is that rager of a battle for third that we had right before the break, Chad. Chase Hansen all over Ethan Ebert trying to get in the top 3.
Trying to get that track position for that fresh 4 tires that they're going to get in 6 laps here. Hansen looking to the inside momentarily, but he hits those bumps like we were just talking about earlier. As when he hits those bumps, the car tends to drift up. It will max out the shocks, it max out the bump stops, and it will sometimes physically hit the frame as there's a little bit of contact there off of turn number 4 with 5 laps to go until the break.
And you can see these drivers are going for it at this point in time. They are driving physically for those spots. Not only the track position, but again, pushing their car to the max, knowing that 4 fresh tires are coming.
Oh yeah, so we're going to get up to the 7 of Dawson Cox, one of our locals here in the Pro Late models, as he will go down a lap. Hopefully he might get the lucky dog. We'll see what happens there, as that going around the 7 of Cox really helped the 9 of Ebert. Lost all that momentum for the 08 that Jace Hansen was working on for the last 20 laps.
So we've got the midway break coming up in 4 laps here. We're going to have another break in another 20 laps after that. It's going to be a tire cool down break within this run. So 3 to go before we get into a little bit of a stop-start segment. A 20-lap burst of activity is coming right after we come out. And we are watching Hansen in the 08, the Colorado-based driver doing everything he can to try to find his way around Ethan Ebert out of Tucson, Arizona.
Yeah, we got 2 non-Washington natives. Oh, a little bit of, I don't even think that was contact. I think the 9 of Ebert got a little loose, and that was good heads-up driving by the 08 of Hansen by not running into him. That could have been very, very disastrous, because, you know, we've already seen it here before. There is not a lot of wiggle room here on the 5/8. So you are surrounded by concrete. That wall does not move, trust me, as they go into turn number 3, and this will be the final lap. I believe they may, oh, that was contact right there.
And a little bit of it is, oh, and here comes Hansen. He's making a bid to the inside. This is for 3rd on the final lap before the break, as they're going to go door panel to door panel.
So he will move Hansen, or he will move the 9 of Ebert up a little bit, and he was completely fast. Something went down on the 9. The 9 of Ebert has slowed down drastically, as we saw the camera just pan out a little bit. Something going wrong on the 9 of Ebert. No caution yet.
Not yet.
Okay, I think they're going to do one more lap, and then they will go yellow.
All right, so Ebert's got to get to hang on mode, and if that was a, hey, let him by and start lifting, let up, don't get any more trouble, okay. But if something's actually wrong, now it's a full lap of survival for Ebert, and he is not going to make it. Oh, what a bummer.
Something going south. We should see the 1 to go, or the yellow flag now, as he has a whole bunch of lap traffic. Here is the halfway break.
Wow, Tristan McKee tried to get in it and put some more guys a lap down. Raz 2nd, Hansen now 3rd, as we'll get the rest of the field lined up and stacked up. But this is the time. They're going to come in. They're going to come for 4 fresh tires, Chad. And not only 4 fresh tires, adjustment time as well.
And more fuel as well. So that's going to be a lot of different adjustments that's going to happen to these vehicles here. So we will now see who made the right adjustments here in just a short 100 laps.
Right. Now remember, fuel, ballpark 8 pounds a gallon. And they added lots of fuel to make it to the rest of the way. So these cars are going to get artificially a little bit tighter if no other adjustments were made to them.
Yes, as we got now the 27, Cole Raz will resume the lead, as McKee did start on the outside like we have been seeing for most of the race for most of the leaders, as Raz will pick up from where he left off. Just got some news coming from the tower, or from our pit official. Ethan ran out of fuel.
Oh, wow. Talk about bad timing.
Yes. Good and bad timing, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. So it is McKee, Raz, and Hansen battling in your top 3 here. We're in car with Buddy Shepard after the break, and battling a little bit further back in the pack as well on the left-hand side of your split screen.
Yeah, we momentarily saw Wyatt Gardner. We haven't really talked about him much. We saw the 5 of, that would be, I should know this by now, that is, of course, Garrett Archer.
Aha. Well, the 27 of Raz has retaken the lead, as it is McKee and Hansen, the teammates, battling back for second. Riddle sits in 4th, and that looks like Dylan sitting in the 5th spot.
Yeah, they're just kind of sitting back. But now, like I said, we are guaranteed 3 more cautions. That is what's going to happen here. We got our competition at lap 120 for the tires, and then the other 2 that the Northwest Super Late Model Series have done for the series. So we have a good battle shaping up 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So, like I said, we've already talked about, this is go time now.
This is just a 20-lap burst, right?
Yeah.
And it's a 20-lap burst basically for track position. It's a heat race is what we would have called this if it was in normal competition. And you're saying that this is go for it time.
I would still say go for it, because, like I say, we're still going to get those cautions.
Yep.
However, it's all based on track position now. If you do want to hold back a little bit, fine. Maybe wait until the 2nd break.
Okay.
If you were to do it.
Okay. So right now, we've got 16 more laps. Gun it. Get those tires hot, because we're going to cool them off. You know that's coming here in 16. And then strategy starts coming in with this next 80-lap run with 2 breaks in it as to where you're gunning it for.
Exactly.
Because the next one after that, if I heard right, is at 160, right?
I believe that's...
With 40 to go?
And that could change, because if we have cautions in between, that will just prolong
the window there.
The window.
And that is up to the Super Late Model officials' discretion. So they will do that based on what they're seeing on the track and everything else that's gone down.
So we were watching that. We just saw Ethan Ebert making some good moves there. He looked like he passed about 6 or 7 cars. We started 26 vehicles on the track. I believe we are down to 19. So we have unfortunately lost some people due to some crashes, mechanical issues, as we see the 9 of Ebert get by Ken Bonney. Whoa, that was a good, that was a really bad bobble in the middle of the straightaway for the 3 of Ken Bonney.
Well, Bonnie saves it as we get a look at your leader once again, the 27 of Cole Raz. First time we'd had a chance to see Randy Marshall there for a minute or two as he and Max Schroeder were battling back in the pack. It's good to see Randy back in the race car.
Yeah, he had a really bad crash in the 2024 Apple Cup, and that was the last time we ever saw him. So great to see him make his re-debut at Evergreen Speedway. We've seen him race here many, many years, and he is actually, I believe he finished 3rd in one of the Mark Galloways a few years ago.
Ooh, big move. Jovan Dillon going to the inside, trying to force up Owen Riddle and give 4th to Dillon.
Yeah, that was a good move there, as I believe we're watching to see the 10 of Owen Riddle. He's taking the strategy, just let him go by. He's going to watch and see what happens, see how things unfold, because he might just wait until maybe the last competition caution. Who knows? That's one thing that's going to be different. Each driver is going to use a different strategy to these cautions.
That's Riddle, the Natchez-based driver. As you are watching, there's Randy Marshall Jr. We were just talking about him in the 25, powering to the inside and making a move and sliding up past Wyatt Gardner.
Yeah, he's out of Natchez as well. Really nice to see the Eastern Washington drivers come over here and race at Evergreen Speedway.
I've been to Natchez. There's only 73 people in a winery there. Apparently, half the population of the town's a Super Late Model driver.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Yeah.
And Dave, then they're, a couple of Natchez guys. That's not even the most famous late model driver out of Natchez over the last, 3 decades is Jason Jefferson.
Exactly.
Or Jeff, depending on how you want to look at her.
And also Taylor Riddle as well.
Yes, it's a race car fluent area over Natchez. Who would have thunk it? We need to thank Tire Pros. They are the sponsor of the Summer Showdown and the official tire dealer of Evergreen Speedway. Tire Pros, your one-stop tire retailer, where honesty is the best policy and they have a hassle-free guarantee. Tire Pros, all the national brands and a nationwide warranty on your tires. All you got to do, TirePros.com, TirePros.com.
The big mover now is the 11 of Jovan Dillon. He moves into 2nd, and he is on a tear. He is coming in quick to the 27 of Cole Raz. He is in go time right now. He has gained so much track time on the 27 of Raz in just a few short laps there. He is trying to prove a point, I believe. Thursday didn't start well. Friday was good. Now he wants to lead some laps at the Summer Showdown. His dad, the 1990 Northwest Tour champion.
Oh, God. Said that on the Summer Shootout episode where Jovan and Jan were racing side by side. And next to her, it's the next generation of Dylan versus Evans once again. I remember John. boy, what a fierce competitor he absolutely was. And now, on those stickers, coming after Raz, you get the feeling that Dylan wants to lead this race.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely showing it. And I believe the 27 of Raz definitely does, too. He literally moves over and says, Joven, have it. Just let him do it.
Yeah, you want a lap lead? Have at her, buddy, as they're down the front straightaway. New race leader, Joven Dylan in the 11 and looking good.
Yeah, that was definitely a good pass on him, as you're definitely seeing the 27 of Raz not fighting for it at all. He's just going to let him go, and that's kind of where you want to. It's a fine line. You want to win, or obviously lead some laps, but you don't want to destroy your tires either.
Yeah, and the question is, how hard are you pushing right now, and how much does the cool off help you? You've just put 20 pretty hard laps on the tires. I don't think anybody's going to debate that on Dylan. Will the cool down bring them back at all, or give them a little bit more of a longer runoff for how hard you've had to push the car to come up 5 positions here?
That's definitely something to be looking out for, is these will, when we do this will actually have 20 less laps on them than what we did before. And, you know, it might also be a hindrance to the tires as well. It could totally change the whole outcome of this race.
We know 2 more stoppages to come after this, right?
Yes.
How much will the tire recover, and can you really fight with a recovering tire knowing you're going to have 2 more chances to cool it off, right?
Exactly. That's where this is the time, like I said, it could be go time, but be conservative at the same time.
I don't know if I'm describing that particularly well. Let me try another frame at this. Did Dylan just push to get ahead now, knowing that he's going to have 2 more opportunities to cool them off and play harder defense with cooler tires than he normally would?
I'm going to say that would probably be the best way to describe it, because one thing, when you're out front on the 5/8, and especially even in a late model, you're in clean air. When you get behind a late model, the car tends to get a little nose tight, so the front of the car wants to tend to go straight towards the wall.
Okay.
When you're up front, you don't have that. And it's way easier. Some drivers have a way easier time, kind of like me. I have an easier time holding drivers back.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
It does.
And but watching this battle unfold, we were 2 to 3 wide, and they are slicing and dicing all the way back. Once again, it looks like the Northwest Pro 4 truck race.
It's been great in that regard. Is getting a look. There's Jen Evans. First time we've had a chance to talk about him. And there is the ascending Randy Marshall Jr. Holy cow.
And the 2 5s almost got into each other down the back straightaway. It looked like the 5 of Evans did not see the 5 of Archer, and we are going yellow. This is, like I said, we mentioned, the competition caution.
Well, and Raz had really started putting the pressure back on Dylan there in those last couple of laps to let him know, okay, I'm not just going to give you this spot and let you run for a while. I'm going to stick with you and make things hard. They'll go side by side after we cool the tires here, and we've got 80 to go with at least, we understand, 2 more stoppages coming.
2 more, so interesting to see Dylan choose the inside. We'll see if that is going to hinder him going through 1 and 2, because obviously the 27 of Raz will have the advantage, and he does this time, as he will regain the lead. Owen Riddle looking momentarily to the outside.
Ooh, it's tight up there by the wall as they're 3 wide for the blink of an eye.
McKee gets into that cone going into 3. That was very interesting to watch there. They were 3 wide, but once again, Raz will regain the lead.
All right, so Raz is back in charge. Dylan going to go back into chase mode here, and it's McKee who got Riddle. Boy, I would going into turn number 3, I would have said that Owen had the run there, but boy, just McKee off the bottom. Good run for him.
Yeah, he threw it in there, and definitely it stuck, and that could have been disastrous. But you see the Owen Riddle, or not the Owen Riddle, the former winner, his name just... Peltier. They're running in the top 5.
Yeah,
3.
so yeah, that is 3, 4, and 5 for the 3 Peltier cars in McKee, Riddle, and Hansen. Dylan second, Raz back to the lead after the tire cool down. There is so much more left to unpack here. 78 laps to go, and we are going to unpack it all in the next segment coming up here on Home Track Heroes on Seattle 11. We are heading towards the end of the $30,000 to win Tire Pros Summer Showdown here on Home Track Heroes on Seattle 11. Our show brought to you by All Ply Roofing. He's Chad Fitzpatrick. I am Caleb Hart. On the restart, we clipped off some laps during the commercial break. As we are getting down to it, Raz back to the lead. Dylan is second, and Ebert has picked his way through up into third.
What an impressive run once again by Ebert. He's done this twice now. Hopefully he has enough fuel to get to the end, as now we got the 10 of Riddle looking to the inside of Well, it was looking to be Ebert, but now it's McKee. Here comes the 08 of Hansen into the inside of Riddle.
And top 6 still really fighting it out hard. In fact, top 7 as Buddy Shepard is still lingering back there. Oh, we got one upside down and in fuego in the super late model. Holy cow.
Yeah, definitely a hard hit there. We've got safety crew on the way, as it looks like that is the 5 of Jan Evans. We got crew coming in as fast as you can. That's the hard part. This is one of the biggest tracks in the Northwest, so will take some time to get there.
Wow. Heck, you saw watch down the back straightaway and watch our photographers hitting the ground. It's Schroeder going around in the 17. That's Evans in the 5 doing the massive flip. And flame on for Jan. Oh,
definitely a scary situation there, as we'll see how it happens through Donnie Wanet's point of view.
Wow, start stabbing the brakes and just wait to get your way through. As you can see the aftermath on the left-hand side. Here's from Dawson Cox's 70.
Looks like, ooh. Yeah, definitely looked like got squeezed into the wall, unfortunately. Just clearly didn't see. We'll watch and see what this point of view is.
Race leader.
Whoa, that's a little too close for comfort right there.
Wow.
But wow.
Okay, so let's take a look from the up top shot here. They're into the corner, and you're going to get the tail end of it. There, pan back over.
Yikes.
Man.
Definitely.
I want to say Kyler was one of the guys shooting back there.
Yep, and he was one of the first ones there, too.
Hit the deck. As hello 5 car right in your screen.
Yeah, definitely.
So here's the good news. We understand that Jan has been checked out at a local medical facility and is on the road to recovery. Great news there, and glad that we got that put out and things weren't worse than it could have been.
Yep, all drivers involved are okay. Max Schroeder was involved. He is okay. So we will resume racing as we got the 27 of Cole Raz once again to the point. But with that time, the 11 of Dylan not able to get away as fast as the 27 of Raz did.
So 2 things were decided during the cleanup on that wreck. Number 1, the final planned stoppage for competition purposes is now out the window. Number 2, yellow flag laps will be counted going forward, and that is for curfew purposes. So the time limit is getting close here, and we need to get this finished. So if they go to yellow again, it's going to tick off some more laps.
Well, they're definitely working on it right there. That was getting really, really close. So yeah, that is definitely the downfall of having a racetrack in the middle of town.
Yep.
You have to be done by 10 o'clock, and we have definitely surpassed that.
We're pushing the limit on this one, but we're trying to get the race in, done, and through for you guys. As here comes Hansen looking to the inside of Ebert with 34 to go, as you just saw the aggressive move from Riddle to take over 3rd. We'll watch that battle. We'll thank All Ply Roofing at the same time. All Ply Roofing, hey, is your roof keeping up with all the weather, washing and dishes out? Call All Ply Roofing for a free estimate. allplyroofing.com, your residential and commercial roofing team. All Ply Roofing.
So a little more contact coming out of turn number 2 between the 08 of Hansen and the 9 of Ebert. Lifted him up coming out of that corner, as they are definitely knowing it is getting down to the wire. It has been told. We're definitely counting caution, so that's a huge thing. Yep. They know that they are past the curfew now, so there has been talks from officials as well. So they know that they are running out of time with that $30,000 up for grabs right now. And they're definitely showing that 9 car started with no tire rubs down the side, and now it is a 09.
Yeah, white body shows your tires, it shows your tire smileys pretty significantly. With that being told to the drivers, they know another caution comes and it might preclude any opportunity it has for them to move forward. It's got to be all gas, no brakes at this point in time.
Yes, it's almost as if you tell the drivers that there's rain on the way.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Okay, I've got to get this spot because this race can end at any point in time without me being able to race for it at the very end.
Exactly. So, yep, they're definitely showing it too. They are trying every which way possible. They are using the chrome horn. They are moving people out of the way. Mind you, at 125 miles an hour.
Yeah, on a track where you are surrounded again by concrete, especially down the front straightaway.
Yeah, so you want to be careful here. We obviously saw what the 5/8s can do as we go through, as we see some smoke, as it looks like the 11 of Jovan Dillon. It looks like a motor letting loose on him.
Oh, goodness. All right, so the severity of the cleanup is going to make a huge difference here in how many laps are going to tick off, as there you see Dylan slowing, and the car's spinning out in his wake, so we know that fluid stripe's going back at least to the apex of the corner.
Yeah, so that's definitely racetrack officials are. Yeah, let's just say that's going to add a little bit more time because we are, like I said, we're pushing the curfew. Now we got to clean up the racetrack.
Yeah.
But how about that save from Garrett Archer?
A nice save, Garrett. No kidding. So that Dylan, who had ran so well during this race, that's tough. That takes us, so they lost 13 laps there.
And we have lost a lot of cars. That field has gotten a lot smaller, but our new leader now, Riddle, will grab the lead from the 27 of Raz. Something going south as they are bumping and grinding down the back straightaway, and we're going to go yellow.
Super late model officials not liking the start.
No, that was definitely a jump. That was definitely a huge one. That's all I'm going to say. We see Troy Blanton in the flag stand up there.
How are they going to call this is the next question.
That, I'm going to guess, they do give warnings. They give one.
Okay. You, naughty, not again.
They're a little bit nicer than the Evergreen Speedway officials.
Well, you know.
Not to bash, but that's just...
Yeah, JD, a.k.a. Ronnie, and notorious bus driving cheater
Now, let's
JP,
just say,
right?
If that was
They're
a
tough.
regular Pro Late model event, they'd just be moved back a row.
Right. And if you were sitting there in third, you would be the happiest camper in the whole building, right? Not the way we're going to do it here at the Showdown, but those 2 laps just counted. So we're down to 14 now.
And they know that.
Yep, and maybe 13 as they come across the start-finish line here.
Exactly. There's still, there's no guarantee now of a caution, but, it's anything can happen.
Can you feel the anticipation rising here? Like, I'm starting to get anxiety, and I got no bone in this.
So we're green, and they make contact. Our leaders going into turn number 1. Riddle loose.
Oh, Riddle around.
Oh, my. Oh, and into Ebert. We got tires. We got something flying in turn number 2.
Well, it started with Riddle trying to take Raz up racetrack, right?
Yes.
Like, he was absolutely trying to squeeze him up into that corner, and that's fair game. You look at him because he wanted to come off in the middle here, but makes contact and a little love tap from, I think, his teammate behind him in McKee. Oops.
Yikes. This has been, definitely
we have seen eventful finishes to the Showdown before, and, this is going to be one of them.
Yeah.
And then they got to pass Tech.
Yeah, we got all sorts of,
I mean,
when you're paying $30,000, they are going to tech everything on your car.
Well, okay, and remember, 2 years ago, post-race tech came into play. Last year, last lap
race procedure
came into play. So we got a lot of different elements that are still up for grabs, much less the last, what's going to be 10 laps of racing here. We'll see once they get the Riddle accident cleaned up, but oh boy, Chad,
We've just lost 2 more cars. So, like I said, we started with 26. We definitely don't have that anymore.
They're not going to get to lap traffic.
No, if they do, that'll be very impressive.
10 to go, and Cole Raz went to the bottom.
He did. That was very interesting to see, and it worked for him. Hansen drives right up behind Raz. Here comes McKee to the inside of his teammate as they go into 3. Ebert's still out there. Wow. He took a hard hit. That door, is definitely caved in. So we'll see how that's going to affect him.
These 5-star bodies can take a licking and keep on taking,
right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So 9 laps, or no, that'll be 10 laps to go. These drivers...
We got a clean start finally.
We finally did. And Cole Raz is looking for the white flag. He wants that 30,000. He won it before, but it was due to having... Something happened after post-race, so he would like to physically cross the line first.
Here comes Buddy Shepard looking to the inside of Ebert, who's just out there surviving here at this point. I mean, he's got the car, but it must be feeling like he is the pinball bouncing around the bumpers up at the top of the Spider-Man arcade game at this point in time.
Well, and the other thing I think that's keeping these drivers going is the anticipation that there is only 8 laps to go. They've been in the car for almost 4 hours now.
Right.
This is a long time, and it was warm out today. I mean, right now it's about 65, 66 degrees. It's still over probably close to 100 degrees in the car.
Remember, last year it was the driver who was in 3rd place coming to the checkered flag, who ends up ending up with the big winner's share. So anything can happen as we're down to 7 to go, and Raz has got a car length between himself and Hansen.
And it is definitely a top 3 breakaway. 2 of the 3 are the Peltier cars, as we have seen Cole Raz in many different types of racing so far this year. We've seen him race at Daytona. We've seen him race at Evergreen Speedway.
one of those drivers who's also come up with some Jefferson Racing support as well as the two of the major teams here in the Northwest competing at this one. We're down to 5 to go for Raz.
Yeah, the longest 5 laps. Maybe even, I think we're down to 6. Oh, that's what we were talking about right there. The sparks right there. There is those big bumps.
The initial for me was the massive run that Hansen took to the inside of that corner. And, we spoke of the Zaretsky line for the Legends earlier. That was as close as I've seen to it coming in the super lanes.
And unfortunately, yeah, if that bump wasn't there, he probably could have made the pass or at least drive right up alongside the 27 of Raz. As once again, he's losing all that momentum when he hits that bump.
He's managing to keep his teammate McKee in behind him. McKee's going to make a bid down to the very bottom, but I think McKee got in too low going into 3.
Yeah, it looked like he dipped that left front tire into the dirt. And one thing that you don't realize, when you walk into turn 3 there, and where it drops off, it's about a 6-inch drop. It's a very, very aggressive drop.
Talk about getting your suspension travel started a lot earlier than you anticipated and a lot more extreme. That'll get the shock and the spring up and active a lot sooner and a lot more aggressively than you want them to.
It could definitely do some damage, as now it looks like we will have 2 laps to go. $30,000 on the line, but he is starting to pull away from Jace Hansen and Tristan McKee. Here comes the 22 of Buddy Shepard.
Shepard has overtaken the 09 or maybe the 09 now of Ebert, depending on how strong that tire smiley is going.
90 on one side, 09 on the other.
That's right. Hansen, you feel like maybe he shot the last bullet he had, making that bid to the bottom. As Raz comes to the white flag, 5/8 of a mile to go here in the showdown.
The longest lap ever in Cole Raz's history so far, as we got the 08 of Hansen. These 3 have now slowly moved away from each other. This will be a clean finish.
And to the checkered flag, Cole Raz crosses the line first as he takes the checkered and wins the Tire Pros Summer Showdown. Hansen second, McKee third, Shepard 4, and Ebert 5 to the Angel of the Winds Casino Resort podium to talk to your top drivers.
All right, Tristan, heck of a run for you in your debut here at Evergreen Speedway. Talk about what did 200 laps around this oval treat you?
Yeah, it was pretty good there up until the end. After that red flag we had, it just got really tight on me, just kind of all the way around the corner. But before that, I definitely thought we had the winning car, and I felt like we were going to be able to drive around them on the outside there. But we just struggled a little bit those last 40 laps or so after that red flag or whatever it was. So thanks to all the guys, Peltier Racing, every single one of those guys that put that car together. It was really, really fast. We set fast time and stuff like that, led a bunch of laps. So it feels really good in my super late model debut. And thanks to Spire, Gainbridge, HendrickCars.com for all they do, and thank you for them.
Is this a race and a track you might want to swing back through, see if you can claim the victory?
Definitely. It's a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun doing the 200 laps, and hopefully next time we can be 2 spots better.
All right, give it up. Third place tonight, driver the 7, Tristan McKee. All right, Jay, second and third place finish for the P1 cars tonight. Talk about what more do you think you need to try to get to the 27 there in the end?
Same thing it sounded like Tristan was dealing with after that red flag. We were just a little snug in the center. It rolled the center really good, but as soon as I picked the throttle up, it would just kind of wash up to the fence. So Cole just is really good, and man, I have so much fun racing with him, and he was just good. He was better than us. We tried to save a little bit, and I don't know if that hindered us because we had to come from a little further back, but was really impressed with how he could keep that pace and not hurt the tires. But it was a lot of fun, our best run here, and we're going to have to come back next year, I guess, and try and win 30 grand.
And who do you want to thank for helping you get out of here?
I got to thank Jim Egley, Mark Neff, and Matt, and Brian. It was just a skeleton crew here this weekend. Jim Egley's 72, almost 73 years old, and he works harder than half the 20-year-olds I know. So, yeah, can't thank those guys enough. Peltier Racing, P1 Chassis, Ernest Performance, Salted Metals. Homie helps us out a ton this year. Yeah, just need a little bit more.
All right, we'll give it up for the driver of the 08, second place night, Jace Hansen.
Well, you see Jace Hansen taking second. Jace Hansen took $30,000 in first place. Cole Raz did not pass technical inspection at the end of the night. Tough for Cole. Congratulations to Jace. We told you. Anything can happen. Next week on Home Track Heroes, we have got Green Shields Night coming up, Outlaw Figure 8s, Super Stock Figure 8s, Hornets, Mini Stocks, and Youth Hornets. And the next time you can be at Evergreen Speedway Chat, it's Reunion Night.
Most definitely, 125 laps. Old timers, we want to see you there.
It'll be the Pro Late Models for the Central Welding 125, Saturday, August 16th. Wild show tonight. Chad Fitzpatrick, fantastic job. Well done on the Hobbs production crew. My name is Caleb Hart. It's always fun out here at Evergreen Speedway and Home Track Heroes. We'll see you next Sunday night for even more here on Seattle 11.
Thanks for watching Evergreen Speedway's Home Track Heroes on Seattle 11. Join us next week for more great racing from Evergreen Speedway.